Let's go to question number 1. And this was, we talked about on the very, very first presentation that we did, nutrition education class in November of last year. So the question number 1 is, name one benefit that you can get from eating healthier.
All right, so I saw the first hand up. We have Brenda McManus. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and unmute and give us that answer.
Okay, well, you gave several, so
yes,
I would say lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, cancer.
That's correct.
Okay.
So, all right, so I'm keeping,
yeah,
I'm keeping the tab, right? I'm the one keeping the tab. All right, so we have Brenda M.
So thank you, Brenda. Let's just review all the others. You mentioned one of them, but I want to make sure that as we have fun, that we also review the answers to each question, which is important as you learn about how to eat healthier. One of the answers could have been our bones and muscles can stay strong because of having more calcium. We can eliminate the problem we have at our age with constipation. We can maintain a normal blood pressure by watching our salt. You mentioned staving off and controlling heart disease and diabetes. And then, of course, we can reduce just some cancer risks like colorectal cancer, which in our community, we have a high incidence of colorectal cancer. And then we can also improve our memory by eating healthier. Okay. All right. Are we ready for question number 2?
Not yet. I've got to lower some hands.
Okay. Let me know when
I've lowered them. Go. Now I need to mute Brenda back. All right. We're ready for question number 2.
All right. Question number 2. Name 2 things that you should be mindful of when reading a food label. And we spent a lot of time talking about that food label. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Dr. Monday, you didn't finish, but we've got like 8 hands went up. And I said, I will disqualify you if your hands are up. I'm going to have to undo your hands and then start again, because before you were even finished, we had 8 hands on already. So I'm going to undo those hands right now, and we're going to start as if you have.
You want me to repeat the question again?
Read the question. Read the question again. I'm going to have to
sure.
unmute these.
Name 2 things that you should be mindful of when you are reading and looking at a food label.
Okay. Well, it seems like Brenda McManus was the first hand up again. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute her and see if her answer is correct. Go ahead,
yes,
Brenda.
Fat and sodium content.
Yep. And those are 2 of them. Let's look at what some of the others are. Serving size. Remember that little teacup that we talked about?
Yes.
That's equivalent to half a cup on any recipe or in the back of any food label. The calories are important. Calories, the amount of calories you take in, and you eat and drink, you got to burn it all off if you want to maintain your weight, or burn most of it off. If not, you are going to gain weight, and it might be fine for you to gain weight. There's no problem in gaining weight if you need to gain some weight to be healthier. You talked about the sodium content, the saturated fat content. You definitely don't want to eat too much of that. And you don't want to eat a lot of added sugar. There's always some sugar in the food, but nothing added. If you're going to look at that added sugar label, make sure it's about 6 or 7 grams, no higher than that. And then, of course, you want to go high on eating a lot of fiber. Help your bowels moving okay. All right? Okay, I'm going to wait on you, Teresa, to be ready for the next question.
I need to lower the hands, and then once I'm finished lowering them, you can begin reading. I'll let you know. I'm lowering hands right now, so no one is disqualified. Again, Do not raise your hand before she's finished with her last word. How would you know that? When she stops speaking. Okay? That's
Right.
when you know she's finished. Okay, so I've got all hands lowered. Go ahead, Doctor. Oh, see, there's someone else already raised their hand. 2 of them already. Go ahead,
Are
Dr.
they-
Monday.
Okay, question number 3. Name the 5 food groups and you see.
Wait a minute, Dr.
like-
Monday. You've got the answer there. Something is wrong. You have the answer. So why don't you drop 3 for now and come back later to it?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, got it. You've got the, yeah, shut it down. There you go. No, shut it down. It's still pretty obvious. Now, okay. Keep going and I'll tell you when you can.
It's still there?
No, it's not there. But go to question 4 and we'll come back to 3 because you had the answer up there for question 3.
I wonder why the computer is doing that.
Yeah. So go to get rid of question 4 numbers. That's showing now. The answer is showing. Hop over that slide.
I'm
over the
trying
slide.
to look. Yeah, I'm trying to look at why is that happening?
Yeah, because you're showing both slides, Dr. Monday. You're showing the question as well as the answer. Next slide. And it's because you're showing the what's visible is the presenter's view. You should be the one seeing only the next slide, but we are seeing it too. Yeah,
But I don't-
we're also
yeah.
seeing it. So something is not right with your selection.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I don't see, I can't see slide control.
Hmm.
It's only for
So
slide
why don't you stop sharing for now? Because you're showing
Yeah.
your answer right now. Just stop
Okay.
sharing for now.
Where is my stop share? I'm going to look at. Trying to
Pause.
find it. Supposed to be at the bottom. I'm trying to find, okay. Oh,
Is it in green? Yeah, green. It should be in green.
I just came out of it altogether.
No, you're still sharing.
Still sharing?
Mm-hmm.
New share. Take that out. Oh, wow, that doesn't even, I can't even, it says resume share, stop share. Here is something. Oop,
There you go.
There
So
we go.
why don't you look at your stuff again? Because the answers are, what's going on? We're seeing the question and we're seeing the answer.
okay, I'm trying to see where was that?
Maybe, you know what? This is what I recommend. I have only the slides open, not the presenter view or the thumbs slides, just the actual slide
I
itself.
wonder how you could do that. Let me go back and
Okay,
see.
so you're in PowerPoint.
Uh-huh.
Do you see at the very top of your nav bar? I don't have PowerPoint, so I can't reference it, but I'm going by memory here.
Mhm.
At the very top of where you see slides,
Mm-hmm.
or even where you see view, do you see a view option on your navigation bar at the very top?
Yeah, view.
Yeah, go in there and look at your options. Select that.
Color,
and-
grayscale, black and white. No.
Nope, that wouldn't do it. So then go to slide then. Do you see an option for slide?
Slideshow,
Yes, slideshow, go in there.
custom
I see what
slideshow.
options they're giving you.
It said use preventer view is checked.
Uh-huh.
Keep slides updated.
Okay,
Custom slideshow, nothing there. I don't have anything there. Welcome to PowerPoint presenter coach.
oh, there you go, to coach you on it.
Now they're
Yeah.
gonna coach me on it. Can you? Can you see that?
No, I can't, because you
Oh,
shut
okay.
down the sharing screen part.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna close that down. At this point, I don't really even know what I can do. What I can do is read the questions, that I have
Why don't you go with
without
that?
even
Because-
showing the PowerPoint.
Yeah, I think that's what it
Yeah.
is. Let
Yeah.
them listen instead, because it's showing
Sure.
both and it's not fair to some.
No, it's not. Okay,
Right.
so we were working on question
You
number.
were working on 3, but I say hop over 3 for now. You can go back and make that your last question. and go
Sure.
to
Okay. Which diet, you ready? Which diet has been shown to significantly decrease the incidence of Alzheimer's disease? Is it the Mediterranean diet? Is it the vegan diet? Or is it the American diet?
Okay, yeah, that's an easy one. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with Lily. Lily Dargan. Dargan is her name. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Go ahead, Lily. I've asked you to unmute, Lily. I don't know if she knows how to unmute because she's not unmuting. Lily, can you hear me? She's not unmuting. So I'm going to have to hop over her. I've asked her to unmute 3 times already. All right. I'll go with
Mediterranean,
There she is.
Mediterranean diet.
Yes, that's correct, Lily.
So that's Lily Dargan.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember,
Okay.
remember that the Mediterranean diet is basically a plant-based diet. What you're eating more of is more foods that are grown in the ground. You're eating more legumes, a lot of beans, peas, and you're eating a lot of grains like brown rice and quinoa and some of those other grains. You're eating fish. Fish and legumes are your main source of proteins. And you're also doing what? Using a little bit of olive oil. So that's where you're getting all of your unsaturated fats, not saturated fats. If you're going to add any dairy at all, it should be very minimal. Any eggs or any kind of yogurt, those should be very, very minimal in a Mediterranean diet. But if you go to a Mediterranean diet, you can get all the nutrients that you need to stay healthy. And don't forget, the one thing about the Mediterranean diet is it's not no quick, fast diet to lose weight. It's a diet to make you healthier for the long term. So when you look at the research that has been done on people who've been on the Mediterranean diet, their benefits took them about 10 years. So it's something that you join and you commit to for the long haul. Okay? All right. I'll go ahead and get ready for the next question.
Okay, coast is clear.
Okay. Name one nutrient that you should pay attention to if you are on a vegan diet, and why should you pay attention to it? If you're eating purely a vegan diet, no dairy, no meat, all plant-based.
I'm unmuting some hands right now. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Looks like we've got one person here first. I'm going to ask her to unmute, and that is Ann Dennis. Ann Dennis, go ahead and unmute your hand. Go ahead.
Okay, your iron.
Iron, and why? Why do we need to pay attention to, trying to make sure we're getting enough iron?
Well, iron is good for your system, your digestive system, for your heart, for your. I know that they're always fussing at me about my diabetes and your blood.
Okay, so you mentioned an important thing, which is blood. It really is supposed to, you need iron to prevent you from becoming anemic, because your red blood cells need iron. So, and your red blood cells is the majority of what makes up your blood. So if you don't have enough iron, your red blood cells cannot function properly and you can become anemic. That means that you might not get enough nutrients because remember, your blood carries all the nutrients you need to the rest of your body. So if you're not getting enough iron, you can become anemic if the rest of your body cannot get those nutrients. Okay, so, yep. So you were 99% close to the right answer. And so we'll give it, Teresa will give it to her.
Okay.
Now, I want to make sure that you know remember about some of the other nutrients that you should pay attention to. And there are many of them. Because you're not eating any protein in a vegan diet, you have to look at the legumes, soy, etc. for your protein because you need protein for your muscles, your bones, your joints. A protein are the building blocks, as they call it. It's the foundation of our muscles, our bones, and our joints.
Ruby,
So you've got to get that.
would you come here a second and then you can go back and do what you're doing?
Okay, we have some interference here and I'm not seeing it on. Okay, go ahead, Dr. Monday.
Sure. And then, of course, there's what? Iodine. We had a lot of conversation about iodine because I even learned something about iodine. Iodine is important for what? For our metabolism. The thyroid gland, your thyroid gland that exists in your neck is responsible for metabolism. And iodine is needed to have the thyroid function and do the work that it has to do. So if you're not getting enough iodine, then your thyroid may not function properly and you may become what? Hypothyroid or hyperthyroid. So it's important to get enough iron. What did we learn on the last time we talked about that iodine? We can get it in salt, but a lot of us can't eat a lot of salt. It really doesn't affect your low salt because salt that you buy in the grocery store, you can buy iodized salt and you could still take a little amount of salt. It will have enough iodine in it. But one of the questions someone asked on the last time we talked about the vegan diet is, what about seaweed? Seaweed is supposed to have a lot of iron, a lot of iodine. So you could take seaweed also, and it's in a lot of what? Japanese products that you're now seeing being sold, snack products being sold in the form of seaweed. However, if you are allergic to shellfish, shrimp, crabs, lobsters, you cannot eat seaweed to replace that iodine that you need because seaweed can cause you to be allergic. It has the same allergies that you would get from shellfish. So just be careful about that when you think about iodine. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's go.
Coast is clear. No hands are raised.
No hands up.
But
Well,
yep. Wait a minute. Somebody just they took it back down.
Okay. Now let's go back to a question that everybody saw before, but we want name the 5 food groups. Name the 5 food groups.
All right. Stop, Dr. Monday. A whole bunch of hands are up. Are you finished? A whole
Yeah.
bunch of hands went up. Were you finished?
I am finished.
Okay. All right. So we have Brenda McManus. I'm going to ask her to unmute. Go ahead, Brenda.
Fruits, vegetables. Wait a minute, I'm looking through my notes. Fruits, vegetables, oil, olive oil, legumes, grains.
Wait a minute. You can only get 5. You can't no, that's not fair. You can only get 5 and it has to be all in order. You can't hop over and then fill in with another one. Am I right, Dr. Monday?
Let's hear the next participant.
Yeah, we got to go with only 5 straight in a row. If you mess up, you can't make up with another one. You got to get 5
I'm-
and then cut it dry.
I named
Five,
more than
that's it.
5?
You gave more than 5, Brenda.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So you're disqualified. I'm sorry, you're disqualified on that. Let's go with Helen Ayers. I'm going to ask you to unmute Helen. Unmute Ellen. Oh, she's taking her time on muting. I'm asking her to unmute. Yeah, I think she got it. Go ahead, Ellen.
There's dairy,
Uh-huh. Okay.
grains,
Mm-hmm.
protein,
Mm-hmm.
fats,
Mm-hmm.
and last one is did I give you oils?
That's it. Is that, is she
No,
right,
no,
Dr. Monday?
no,
Because she gave
No,
5.
no,
So we have to
those
go
are
with the
not,
next
no, we have to go to the next one.
person. Yeah. All right. The next person is going to be Lydia Sarno. I'm going to ask you to unmute Lydia.
Okay, fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy.
That's 4.
And I give fruits, vegetables, grains, protein foods, and dairy. That's 5.
That's correct, Lydia. So we're
She
talking
said
about
she
that
got
the
it this
food
time.
groups. So Lydia, I want to repeat that. Fruits, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy.
Okay.
Okay. So she earned 1 point. Thank you, Lydia, for the correct answer.
Thank you.
All right. Let me clear the lower hands to get rid of all the other hands that are raised. And then Dr. Monday, I'll give you permission to begin. Lower hand, lower hand. All hands are lowered.
All right. Out of those 5 food groups, I'm going to repeat them. Fruits, vegetables, protein, grains, and dairy. Out of those 5, which 2 we should eat the most of?
All right, Lily Doggan, hand was up first.
Fruits and vegetables.
Is
That's
she
the-
correct?
No,
So
that's
then
not
she's wrong.
correct.
All right,
That's
sorry,
not the
Lily.
2.
Well, I'll go with Cassandra. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Cassandra Morris, go ahead.
Vegetables and protein.
Not correct.
All right, we'll go with the next person. That would be Helen Ayers. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, Helen.
Vegetables and fruits. Wait,
Not correct.
All right, next person, Louise Worrell. Go ahead, Louise. Louise, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Go ahead, Louise.
Vegetables and grains.
Correct. That's correct. That's correct, Louise.
Worrell, she earned 1 point.
Now, don't forget, think about that food plate that we've been looking at. That food
Yes.
plate, and think about it when you try to think about how much of each. And if you look at that, it's on the, looking at the food plate on the left of you is the fruits at the top. The bottom is the vegetables. Look how much bigger that particular vegetable size is.
Yes.
On the right side, it's the protein in your plate. And you always want to eat just a little bit of protein. You don't need a lot of protein. Don't forget, it's about the size of the palm of your hand.
Yes.
Don't
3
Don't
ounces.
count your fingers, so it's always small. And then the grains are eat as much as you eat on the vegetables. So when you look at that plate, you could see the different sizes. And your vegetables and your grains are the largest of the 5 food groups in terms of how much you should eat.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Louise.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Okay, the coast is clear. Oh, let me got this person lower their hand. Some hands went up. I'm watching them. Another one went up. I'm not going to have her begin until all hands are up.
Lord.
So please don't put your hand up. All right, you can begin, Dr. Monday.
sure. Which diet topped the list of the overall best diet for the 6th year in a row, according to the United States News and World Report? We
All
talked
right, we
about
got
that.
Brenda. Brenda's hand went up first. Brenda McManus, your
What?
hand went up first.
I would say the Mediterranean diet.
I was
Exactly.
thinking about it.
Yep, that is correct. They just published that last month when they
You gonna
did
go to
the
school with them?
survey, and they looked at all the research.
That-
There was no question.
I could tell them to get you a 6-pack and take the 10.
Well,
and
somebody, I don't,
they-
hold on.
Yeah,
Sandra,
He's talking.
Sandra, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Sure,
Sorry about that, Dr. Monday.
that's all right. That Mediterranean diet again, so it keeps coming up, and it's something that you should really seriously consider if you're thinking about, changing the way you eat. All right.
I think we've got everybody muted. Let me make sure everyone is muted since those are not muting themselves after. All right. Coast is clear for the next question. Go ahead.
All right. The next question is, what is it if you decide to change the way you eat? What is it that we have said in every single session that you must do? What is it that you must do? What action must you take if you decide to make any changes in your diet?
Hold on. Are you there?
I'm here.
Wait a minute. Something happened here on my screen. Hold on. Let me find you again. Somehow everything just went for a blank on my screen. This is a brand new computer I'm using for the first time. So please be patient with me. It just went straight. I don't know how. This is the first time I'm using this computer. Okay, let me find out what happened here. Okay, my mouse stopped working, so yeah, I don't see. Hold on, I don't know what happened. I still can't. Yeah, it changed screens on me. Wow, this is going to be a tough one. All right. Hold on, give me a chance. Let me see if I can. This is not new. I don't like this. This just, okay, toolbar. I never anticipated. Go to desktop. Hold on, I have to keep looking how to get back to where I was. Whoa. Okay. I have to find Zoom here, and I'm not seeing my icons. It just drew a blank. All right, so. Okay, I'm stressed, so please bear with me.
Sure.
All right, got something working, so let me close off some things. Okay, close off this. Let's go back to finding Zoom. I'll go back to Safari. I'm back with you. I'm going to have to unmute all these hands because I don't know who went up first. And then would you mind reading the question again?
Sure.
Yeah, because I don't know who, and I don't want to be unfair. I need to be fair. So I'm going to just ask you to read your question again and hope that what happened does not repeat. Sorry, I have to go this way. Okay, go ahead. I'm looking. Yeah, I've got the hands. I worded. I'm looking
Okay.
now.
All right, so I'll repeat the question. in every session, we've said this. If you're thinking about making any changes in the way you eat, there is some action that you must take. What action is that?
All right, so I'm going to go with Sandra. Okay, Sandra Edwards. Hers went, other hands went up before you ended. So I have to go with the one that went up just as you ended. And that is Sandra Edwards. The others went up way before, like moments before. Sandra Edwards, go ahead. I'm going to ask you to unmute. Go ahead,
Consult
Sandra.
your doctor. Consult your
Yes.
doctor.
Consult your doctor. That's so important. So never forget that. If you're thinking about making any changes, you need to talk to your doctor. Sometimes, depending on where you're going for care, you have a whole team that takes care of you. You've got a nurse, you might have a nutritionist, you have a provider, whether it's a doctor, a nurse practitioner, or physician assistant. It's important to talk to somebody on your team about what you're thinking about doing so that they can look at you, they've got all your health records, and they can give you advice that's specific for you and not for anybody else. So that's so important.
Okay. All right, looks like the coast is clear. Again, I'm going to let you know if she's still speaking and your hand is up, I am not going to recognize it. Okay? If you want me to recognize it, please follow the procedure. There's a person there with a number that keeps putting their hands up during the question. I will not recognize you because you're not being fair to the rest. Okay, let's try again, Dr. Monday.
Okay, this is our final question. At the end of every session, we have a mantra, a saying that we do at the end of every session. And those of you who have attended those sessions, and I see many faces here today, there's a mantra, something that we say at the end of every session. What are they? What is that mantra?
All right. Georgia Green was the first hand to go up. So I'm going to ask Georgia to unmute. Go ahead, Georgia, unmute and say the mantra. And you don't get a second chance, Georgia. You must get it the first. It must be correct and precise the first time. Okay? Can you please turn your TV down, Georgia, or off?
Okay, can you hear me, Teresa?
Yes, I can.
I think it's the portion of what you know, when you change everything. I think it should be the portion. After you consult your doctor and everything, it should be the portion of the items that the food that you eat and how much you eat of it.
So
Okay.
what you said is correct for another question, but it's not our mantra. You know, everybody knows what a mantra is. It's a saying. It's like something you repeat to yourself. What is it that we put together and we share at the end of every session? What is it that we say? We say it
Eat
as a
healthy.
group.
You say eat healthy.
Wait a minute. We didn't ask you. We didn't ask that. Sorry, you're being disqualified. We didn't give you another. You have to wait your turn. Okay, so let's try again, Dr. Monday. You want to say that to repeat the mantra, or shall
Sure.
I go with
I want
the
to make
next
sure
person?
everybody understands what a mantra is. It's really nothing but a saying, something that you repeat, something that you believe in and you want to believe in. So we have a mantra that we say at the end of every session. What is it?
All right, so I'm going to go with the hand that was next. That would be Portia Carson. You have to be precise. You can't. Go ahead, unmute and say it exactly, or I go to the next.
Have a what was the thing she say? Have a good health. Sorry, Portia.
I'm upset anyway, Mr. Rich.
just leave me alone, shoot.
Thank you.
I'm
Let's go with
upset.
the next, let's go to the next
Yeah,
person.
go on
I'm
to the
gonna go
next person.
I'm going to go with the next person, and that is
I don't
um,
care.
Lily Dargan. Thank you.
I don't like this thing. Eat healthy,
Go ahead, Lily Bell.
eat healthy.
Thank you. Is that it, Dr. Monday?
No, there are
Okay.
three things that we say. One does begin with eat, but eat what?
Okay, we go with the next person, Brenda McManus. I'm going to ask you to unmute, Brenda. Go ahead, Brenda. You need to unmute.
Okay, I couldn't unmute. Hello?
Okay. Go ahead, Brenda.
Okay. Eat better, keep
Yes.
moving, be good to me.
All right, that's the answer. Thank you very much, Brenda.
Whoa, good.
Whoa.
I took
Yeah,
my notes.
She took notes. I knew that she took notes.
Yes,
Yeah.
she took good notes.
Mhm.
Yes.
She took notes. And that brings, is that our final question, Dr. Monday?
That's our final question.
And it so happened that she has 4 correct answers. 4 correct
Yes,
answers.
yes, yes.
So
Dr. Monday,
she
you're
won the
on.
majority. She won, yes, so she walks away with a gift certificate. And following that, you want to go ahead and take your part on this, and then I'll announce what I need to say after Dr. Monday. You want to congratulate, say what
yes.
you need to.
Brenda, congratulations. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for, making little notes, because we're at that age, we can't remember everything that's said.
That's right.
I keep a gazillion notes. I got a big notebook that says busy. I'm busy, getting busy. That's my notebook, and I write
Yeah.
everything down in there because I just can't remember it. So thank you very much, Brenda. But I hope that the other people who participated and who've been to the class keep learning. That's what we got to do. You
Yes.
gotta keep learning, ask questions, be an advocate for yourself. So congratulations to all of you for showing up today and participating. In next sessions, we're going to give away more prizes. So keep coming back and listening and taking good notes.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Monday.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Teresa.
Unfortunately, we don't have a second and third place because we only have 5 other individuals with one correct answer. So sorry, there's no second and third place at this point. What we could do, Dr. Monday, if it's okay with you, we can hold on to those points, and your next trivia, we give credit. They have 1 in already.
I
I'll
like
leave that.
that.
That's not my decision. That's your decision.
I like that. That's a great idea, because every answer is a good answer, a correct answer, and we can add it on and it can become cumulative. But one would say, Brenda, does that go for Brenda also? I'm trying to be fair, or is Brenda
No.
X'd out?
No, absolutely not. She got majority. She got more than 50% of the questions. Correct.
Okay.
She has
Yes.
out of 4 out of 7 questions. She is the winner.
All right. Okay. All right. So the other 4 participants, you said 4 or 5, will have
There
their
are 5 others that answered. We have Lily Dargan, we have Ann Dennis, Lydia Sonano, Louise Warrow, and Sandra Edwards, each having 1 point.
and we will add those points to the next
Trivia.
trivia or game activity that we have, and we'll at least have a few more before the program ends. The program is scheduled to go until the end of September. So we've got several months to really, for everyone to earn some additional prizes. So keep coming back. I just want to remind you that my session has now moved to the 4th Thursday of every month. It used to be the 3rd. I'm going to have it now on the 4th Thursday of every month at 1:30. And next month, we're going to talk about the all-American diet, something that we've been consuming for years, and see how it fits into eating healthier. And I think that's important. So a lot of us want to stick to our American diet. We could still eat healthier. And we're going to talk about that on next month.
Which means you take notes, right, Dr. Monday?
Yep.
That's right. That's right.
Take notes. It's all about the learning curve here. Taking notes if you can't remember. Guessing, well, you may or may, but Brenda definitely, the fact that she was able to give the mantra says
Yeah.
that she took notes. That's the,
Yes.
the confirmation right there.
You gotta take notes.
Okay, well, thank you, Brenda, for being
And
such
Brenda, I
a,
just want to say, Brenda, there's going to be the receipt with your gift card. It
Okay.
will show that it's been activated, because there are a lot
Okay.
of crazy stuff going on out here. Your receipt shows that it's been activated.
Okay.
And it's in a nice little Whole Foods shopping bag.
so Brenda,
Okay.
can you do me a favor in the
Yes.
chat right now? Can you please add your correct mailing address so that
Okay.
we're all on the same page?
Great. I sure will.
I'm going there right now.
And how about her phone number so that
Yeah,
the
well,
screen
yeah,
can call and make sure she's at home.
yeah, yes. So go ahead and for the rest of us, like myself, who didn't win, who didn't walk away with a prize, I want to thank you all for your participation, your patience, some of the technical difficulties that we experienced. I just got a brand new MacBook Air, and it was the very first morning I'm using it, and it took me for a test. Never
And
knew what was coming.
And I'm going to have to figure out why everybody could see the answers to the quiz. I don't understand that.
Yeah, we're going to have,
figure that out also.
yeah, we're going to have to go through that
Yeah.
for the next time around.
A lot of times they do upgrades, and before you know it,
Mhm.
it's something
Okay.
somewhere else. Okay.
Brenda, is your address in there as yet?
Yes. I've sent it to you, Teresa. Yes.
Okay.
Now, I see a lot of questions for me in the chat. I'm not sure, Teresa, it's not
I'm going
anything that I
through-
can answer now, but I can certainly respond to it will I be able to respond to those chat questions later? Because I can't do it right now.
I'm looking at it because
Yeah, some of them requires me to do a little bit research in order to answer those questions for them.
Okay, I don't see anyone specific though that you will, no, that is why she answers fast. Nope, don't see any relative to you. No.
Okay,
None, I've checked them
all right.
here. I don't see any here. So at this point, I have to do the polling. So I'm going to go ahead now and go to polling, and hopefully we'll get responses, a good response on the polling at this point. And I'm going to launch the polling at this point. Please, I'll give you, it is now 34 up, and I'll give about 4 minutes for the polling. It's now 2:34, and I'll cut off the end of it at 2:38. So go ahead. Again, to do the polling, what you need to do, if you don't see it on your Zoom toolbar, go to the More button where there are 3 dots, tap on that, and look for the polling. Once you've done make sure you use your slider to come down to there are 4 questions there, and answer all 4. And that will give us an idea of, should we do this again? We've seen some good results here. So I'll give it, so it's be a third, yeah, another 3 more minutes and then we're gonna cut it. Okay. Yeah, I think we've reached that point now where I can cut off the polling. So I'll go ahead and launch it. I mean, end the polling at this point and then see what our results look like. Share the results. Okay. So there's our results here. I'm actually taking screenshots of the results as we speak. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and then we'll say goodbye to Dr. Monday.
All right. You'll have a wonderful weekend. And I'm looking forward to the weather getting better and better, but we gotta have some more rain, get those flowers really blooming. I'm looking forward to the spring.
Mhm.